welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we analyze, discuss honestly R&B albums, artists, and eras. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my brother.
They are.
And we are the R&B representatives because it says so on our shirt. Anyway, if it's on a shirt, it's got to be true. Anyway, today we are welcoming back definitely one of our most fun, energetic guests, and we're so happy to have him back. We have really gotten to discuss some dope things with him and just have so much fun. And apparently, the fans, y'all like him because y'all be running it up on his episodes. So,
Yes, Lord.
and that person is Mr. Keith KB Burroughs. Hey, brother.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Got to help you again. Get off the island. Lord.
Already. See, I told you. At least he made me a liar.
Look, I see how y'all making that move, representing the brand with the shirts. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna
be that one tonight. Oh, wait a minute. See what you done did, Keith? Look, you know, I try to tell y'all, but thankfully y'all keep bringing me back, so I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for allowing me to come back. I always have a great time with y'all. Oh, for sure.
Likewise. So,
yes.
Today, we are going to be talking about one of our friends is of the show
yes.
album.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, hopefully we won't mess it up. Who we don't want to mess up their stuff, JR.
So we are going to talk about Zoe's FourFront album. Yo, I'm so excited because I love this album. I know Elise loves this album. Clearly, Keith loves this album because he picked it. So we're going to talk about every song. We're going to go in on this. We're going to give Zoe the flowers that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into this album, y'all know how we do. Keith, how did you even get introduced to
some flowers? Sorry.
Y'all, it's gonna be this type of show today. I'm telling y'all. That's right. So, Keith, how did you get introduced to Zoe and made you become a fan of him? Well, it seems like usually with every episode, I somehow give a shout out to my bro Dylan, aka Diggy Fontaine of True School. He was the one that actually introduced me to Zoe, and also Foreign Exchange. I knew of Little Brother, of course, but I believe it was Foreign Exchange, and then later on Zoe, I was introduced to through him. And I think it was around the time, I want to say, when Just Visiting 2 had came out, which, man, whew, that whole series is crazy. His way of doing covers is just phenomenal. I know he's all about doing original music, as he should, because he kills it wonderfully with that too. But I think it was Just Visiting 2 that I was introduced to, and I believe it was the first joint on there, Crazy You, the Prince remake. Yes. Because it sounds like Prince's version to me. You know what I mean? And so I think from there it went to, I want to say, Sunstorm, which is another phenomenal album. Like, his catalog is just crazy, like, period. But Sunstorm, as far as an original album and just hearing that from top to bottom, I became a fan real quick. And so I started going backwards to his earlier catalog, even before Passionate Definition, because I know he had, like, you know, his more underground releases like Zoe Presents Abyss, and then I think Elevator Music is another one, and oh man, I can't remember all of them, but there was, like, I think 4 of them. Was that?
What'd you say?
I I was like, so he's really a fan, yo.
Yeah, man. And so went and checked those out, and then yeah, I've just been a huge fan ever since, and been fortunate to meet him twice. Once for when I think he was doing a run for Just Visiting 3, where he was doing, I think, listening parties. I believe it was in Seattle. Excuse me. And so got to meet him there. And then me and Dylan went to see him and Carmen when they were doing I think it was the piano and a microphone tour, if I'm naming that right. Forgive me, Zoe, if I'm saying that wrong, but that was definitely a dope show because it was like intimate, but it was just him and Carmen just doing their thing, and like super cool cat, just real humble, down to earth, and he would talk to the people. And so I just been a big fan ever since. And with this FourFront album, man, like I don't have any specific memories as far as where I was at when I first listened to it. I just knew I was excited for it, knowing it was coming out. And let me tell you, once I heard it from top to bottom, I was like, instant one of my favorites from him. So
the funny thing is the FourFront album, remember he was sending them out autographed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine, Fonte gave it to me right before it came out. And so I always been salty that I don't have an autograph one, and I didn't remember to take it to the times that I, gone to Zoe concerts. My brain didn't even think to bring it to get it signed. So
yeah.
I had to make sure I get it signed. And so like, I feel away. But because of that, I heard it when it first came out. So like I was on the train, I was ready. I couldn't wait for it to come out, So was teasing us like, got a record coming. I'm like, oh snap. Get it formation, like
yeah.
But one day, so I'm gonna remember to get my damn vinyls.
Right. Yo.
I've been a fan, and I got to tell Zoe because I got the fan out to him. And I told her when I was a fan, and it was just like I knew when he was just coming out with albums, and I didn't know he was connected to Foreign Exchange until Leave It All Behind. I saw he was the producer on it, and I was like, wait a minute, they know it? I was like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, from that point, it was just like anything they came out with or Zoe came out with. Like when he came out with Sunstorm, listen, I read that joint like crazy. Like, bugged me out when me and Elise were doing our radio show, and we was thinking of songs to do because she was, Elise loved her flutes. And she was like, because she was asking me what song off of Sunstorm I would wanted to play, even though she knew the one she wanted to play. She just wanted to ask me to see if I was going to say the song. I was like, let's play like either Greater Than the Sun or Be Your Man with Darian. She was like, no, I want to play Flight of the Blackbird. Yes! I was like, yes! Oh! I was like, so you asked me, and then you decided to play the song anyway. So even though it don't matter, it is the one that I do run on Sunstorm, to be honest with you, because that joint is just so ill and it's so ridiculous. Like, and then from there you go to Man-Made, which I think everybody loves. We're on the Move. Like, you love the video, how all of them are in it. Him, Eric Roberson, Fonte, and you're seeing their character in it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so dope. You know what I mean? And it's like, you could tell Fonte funny, and I actually got to finally meet him. So he is. You know what I'm saying? So
Fonte's a fool, man.
So, and then, like you said, his discography is nothing to play with. Like, to me, it seemed like every album got better. And like Elise said, every album does sound different. You know what I mean? But it was like, it seemed like it got better. Then he did Skybreak. And I was just like, oh my God, like, can he get any better than this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So finally, when I saw that FourFront was coming out, I was like, all right, I'm getting this joint, whatever. And let me tell you something. I was like, yes, this is my favorite Zoe album, period. Like, I like every song. Like, I can't wait till we really get into each song because I love every song. Like, it's nothing wrong with it to me. It's just like, it's just how these kids say it's a vibe. You know what I mean? But it really is a vibe, not the ones that I'm talking about. With that, never gonna go there. I ain't gonna be messy. I ain't gonna be messy. So watch it, girl.
No. I'm doing this just for Keith. No.
There it is.
That is incorrect.
See, and then she
I don't even know what we're talking about.
See, that's where it gets me. She goes like this, and then she's like,
right.
I'm like, girl, watch out.
How you gonna say the messy thing and then say I'm not gonna be messy? That's what I was gonna say.
I wanted to go further, but I didn't. I wasn't too bad. Right?
Touche.
Even if you got butterfingers, you can still catch that. That's all I'm saying.
I like what you did there, but but yeah. So
the role.
I heard FourFront and listened to the whole thing. I was like, yeah, he did that shit. He did that shit, and I don't know why I don't have it on vinyl. I don't know why. I need to go on and get it.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. And like you said just a minute ago, JR, how each album seemed to have gotten better and better. Not to agree with you on that. It just seemed like with FourFront, like he just put his foot in it. And I love like how the length of the album is not super long. It's repeatable. You can play it from top to bottom and be like, oh, shoot, let me start this over again. And then just continue to enjoy it. Yes. But I will say as a bonus though, I know we're talking about FourFront, but Skybreak, a season, that is my joint off that album. I really love A Season and Just What You Like.
Mm-hmm.
And Wishing You Well and Lifeline.
Yeah, I know, right? we could go on and talk about the catalog, but
yeah, because we were talking about our favorites, and at first I was like, "Oh, my favorite is Abstractions," and I said, "No, my favorite is," and I was like, "Never mind, I don't have one. I don't have a favorite because it changes because it's a different vibe." And I think lately I've been in a vibe where I need to keep energy up and cheer, and so I play Abstractions because that is just so up. And that's in my current season, that's exactly the album that I needed.
Oh, for sure. The Ride, that's my jam.
But when I'm feeling more introspective and moody, then I probably will go to Man-Made or like Sunstorm. So it kind of depends on where I'm at but I can run any of those albums, but right now I can't. Abstractions is just like my whole world right now.
Yes.
Like, his whole catalog is dope, but I feel like starting with Sunstorm leading up to Abstractions so far, like his run is just
he ain't missed. And going back to what you said, where this album like it's short, but that's what like a Zoe album is. I guess the right word. They're succinct. Like it's giving you all the pieces you need. Boom. On to the next project. It's like I'm not gonna, mess with it too much. It's like, no, this is the right capsule that I'm trying to put out there. And then when I'm ready to do something else, then you're gonna get another nice package.
Exactly.
I totally agree. You know what? Let's get into this.
Yeah,
Let's get so Zoe starts the album with On the 4.
Great way to start out.
Whole song, period.
Wow.
Favorite. It's my boo Carmen is on it.
Yeah.
Carmen, I love her. I love Carmen. And like you just said, sis, how Zoe's album is just like, he has no fillers, no nothing in there, right? So y'all know how a lot of his albums, Zoe start with mids and he starts with ballads, right?
Yep.
Zoe said, I'ma fuck y'all up. I'm starting y'all with up tempo for real. Like, we getting into this. Like, no, boom. Like, I'm knocking you in the head with this shit.
Set this motherfucker off, right?
But you know what? This song does that I think is genius?
Right.
Yes, it's an up tempo, but the drums are in the front and the back at the same time. So they hard, but they soft at the same time. Especially like the first minute, before she even get to sing where it's just playing. So it's like these hard ass drums, but turned down, but you can still hear how hard they are.
Right.
And he lets it breathe. That's what I love. The first like minute and 30 seconds, he just lets it breathe. Like he's like, welcome, y'all. Like, welcome. Come on in, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like Elise said, it's just like, so this to me, and I'm probably gonna say this a lot in the video, and Zoe probably was like, because this album is very 80s, but with a modern twist to it, to me.
I'm glad you said that.
Like, Zoe was probably like, if y'all niggas keep asking me about I Love the 80s one more time, I'm over it. I'm done. Right. Don't ask me no more. Because I feel like a lot of the sounds of this album is very like 80s. Because to me, when this song, I'm getting Leon and Kashif off the break. Like off the break. I know Leon loves playing that bass on that Shalimar stuff.
Right.
So you can hear it with Zoe with that on this, but then the way the synthesizers come in, I can hear Kashif. And I know that Zoe is very inspired by them. You know what I mean? So it was just like that minute and 30 seconds in the beginning is just everything to me. Like, I didn't even want it to end, but then of course Carmen comes in and sings. I'm like, we good. You know what I mean? But God.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And the way that the way that the music and the instruments and synthesizers come in, that's how Carmen starts off singing. It's a very chill kind of way she's singing in the beginning, in that first verse. Like, and
it's got but
then it gets bigger as the song goes.
Build up. It's got such a dope build up. Cause like you were saying, how he's basically saying like, welcome. Like, you don't hear no vocals, nobody speaking on it, but just how the song starts, that's how the music is speaking. At least when I listen to it, that's what I get. It's like, welcome, I'm gonna get y'all hyped up a little bit, because you know what I'm saying, it just, it's like you feel your face just start to kind of like almost have that stank face, but not quite, because not everything is there yet. Like, and then you feel like your shoulder, like, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh shit, what is this? And then the synthesizer come in, be like, okay, I like this. And then all of a sudden, time to set it off. I was like, okay, Carmen, you better set it off right, because that's how you do it on the 4.
You know that reminds me of like Heartbeat by Tanya Gardner. Like, first like 50 seconds is just dun 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 dun. And it's like 50 seconds, and then she comes in and sings.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I was like, yo, this joint is so 80s, but then it's so current to me. Like, and that's why I love it so much, because some people don't even know how to do that. Give you that 80s sound, but make it so current, and Zoe does that perfectly. You know what I mean? This song, he did that, and it was just like, just Carmen just riding this beat like she did. It was just like,
Yeah, she's gliding through it. She's gliding through it. It gives me a house / skate kind of vibe to where you can hear it at a club, but you can also hear it, say, if you're going skating because of just the rhythm and the bounce that it's got to me. Yeah. And then, she's real smooth. And she's like, that would kind of give me, now I'm thinking about it, almost like an Evelyn Champagne King, Love Come Down type of melody, the way she sings it. So
you is smart, you is kind, you is important.
I
haven't in a while.
Oh man, that was a great way to start the album. Way to start the album.
Oh yeah, because he just, like I said, he you know, if you're a fan of Zoe, you know how he starts his albums. Like I said, like Greater Than the Sun and Lake Erie and, you know, them type of joints and Train and all of this. And it's like, Zoe like, no. Mm-hmm. At this time, you gonna groove. So it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like, you know how like he on the move is damn near at what, the end of Man Made? If I'm not mistaken.
I think it's like almost midpoint.
Almost at the
because Body Rock ends Man Made.
Okay. So so he's just like, yo, he like, we gonna dance it out. I was like, come on, Zoe, and this is my favorite song. Like every wrap up of Spotify since I've gotten it, since like I got it in 2020. It's all my top 100 lists. Yeah.
No, it deserves to be on many playlists and just in rotation heavily.
Yeah. So, so for those of y'all that don't know that watch, I'm a bartender, and when I'm bartending, I play the playlist, and so I have this big long playlist that I usually play like on Fridays and Saturdays, and it's just all upbeat, but it's all R&B and like some house stuff, and a little bit of like electronic stuff that's more R&B-ish. And there are so many Foreign Exchange and Zoe songs on it, and On the Floor is one of the songs, so it always comes up on my list because I play it all the time at the bar, so I probably hear that song every weekend. So,
right.
along with another song from here that I hear all the time. So yeah.
Do people be getting up in instances?
Oh, they don't really be dancing, but they always come and ask me, can I share the link to the playlist?
Nice.
And it's people that wouldn't generally even listen to that kind of music. So that's a big compliment for somebody that's not even their go-to genre. And they're like, or they come and ask me, what's that song? What's this song? What's that? So, hey, I'm doing the Lord's work out here.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, but it's not trying to advertise. It's what I like, and so y'all gonna hear it too, because it just feels like very universal music that anybody, even if that's not their go-to, can appreciate and jam to. So,
yeah, as the title of Little Brother's album says, "May the Lord watch."
I'm telling you, he good at this.
Which is funny to mention Little Brother, because you hear Fontaine in the background talking about man, look.
I thought about Fontaine backgrounds, yo. You should not sleep on them, yo.
No,
Fontaine vocal raging and the things that he do on FE things and Zoe, and it's just like, no, yo, like it's so exquisite to me.
I'll probably say this.
Okay, did I?
I'll probably say this multiple times on this episode. His pen game is not to be messed with
at all.
His pen game is crazy. Like, yeah, we know him from what he does with Little Brother and as an MC, but also as a singer and just as an artist, especially on this album too. Like, his pen game is highlighted a lot on this album. So
Oh God, I made sis smile at that joint when I said exquisite.
I thought that's right.
I
Exquisite.
was more kind of laughing, but okay.
Oh.
Speaking of smiles,
Hey,
what a segue. You're good.
Yeah, I like
You're
that.
good.
Yes.
well,
Whew, man, this joint right here is a great follow-up to On the Floor, because you've already, you know what I'm saying, got that pep in your step and okay, I'm ready to cool down for a second. You know what I'm saying? Then here comes Devin Morrison, another dope artist, by the way. Just coming in and saying, hey, Johnny, I cannot make you smile. Oh, man. Now, this is going to sound crazy. It could be just me. But when I hear Devin sing, it gives me a Ray Parker Jr. feel as far as his tone, how he sings.
I said that before. Yes, it
does. Word?
Yeah, I said yes.
Yeah. Like, especially on this song, like, because he's not doing anything vocally where he's like doing all these crazy runs and risks, because it doesn't need it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just very smooth. He was the right guy for this song. And like what he's saying in the song is like, hey, shorty, how can I make you smile? Like, it seems like it's been a while, you know what I'm saying? And talking about like just kicking the silly freestyle and stuff like that. It's like, you don't hear nobody really singing that. So it's like, okay, that's what's up, Devin. Like, you make me feel good to want to go to, someone be like, hey, shawty, how can I make you smile? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's how I would be back in the day. But thankfully, you know what I'm saying? I got my shorty that I can, smile for. You know, hey, Emily, love you, girl.
Okay, now I was waiting.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Oh,
I love this record because it gave me sis she's gonna bother me, of course. You know where I'm going, sis, because you hit me about it earlier. I can play this joint because I'm a New Yorker. So I can play this joint like going through the Holland Tunnel and all the lights are hitting you. And you just drive, you're going through and you're coming through the city. And the song that I also do this by is a Janet song. And it's Empty. And it has that same type of vibe to it to me. It's so smooth. And it's so like, it's like when you get out of the tunnel and you see all the lights on being near 40th Street getting there and the Lincoln Tunnel anyway. I said Holland. But the Lincoln Tunnel into like 40th Street and all the lights is there and it's dark, but it gives you that like smooth, dark feel to me. And that's what I got from it. And I always wanted to ask Zoe about this song because I always felt like I got Parliament and Roger Troutman. I got their vibe. As far as obviously the way Devin is singing and using all that auto-tune in it, obviously that's what you're gonna get. But I also, again, it feels like Bernie from Parliament, R.I.P., is playing synthesizers on this thing. Like, it's like, I felt his spirit when I heard this. That's why I don't know why I never asked Zoe this, but when you see this, Zoe, I'm asking you now. So I always wanted to know, was he inspired by Parliament with this, especially their sound? I wanted to know that, but I really get musically into this song. This is one song that I tried to like musically get into. And it's like, I'm like, where was the inspirations? What were they thinking? Like, this is one of those songs where I really get deep musically. And that's when I get to comparing a song to this and all that. But this is one of my favorites on the album for real because of the musicality.
See, that's interesting you say that because when I listen to it, as far as the drum programming, I get a feel of the Beautiful Ones from Prince. Just like how it kind of starts and like, I can't really do it to the T, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just gives me that feel. And then it has like what On the Four did, like it gave you a nice build up, whereas on Smile, it doesn't have as long of a intro, but it gives you one enough to where it's like, okay, here's the song. And to me, Smile is just one of those slow jams, but it's very not light in a bad way, but it's, you know, it's fun and it's still light and it's to the point. And, you know, and that vamp though, towards the end, you don't hear that very often, but again, he's just real smooth with it and he just matches with the production. And that's one thing about Zoe that I love a lot, is his production to me is very colorful.
I like that.
It's colorful in the sense of where, like, I know you don't probably get to obviously see, you know, colors in music per se, but to me, if you could, I could see Zoe's production in color.
You can see it live. You can see it live in flying colors. Is it abstract?
That's right. I'm ready to go on the ride with you on that one, Elise.
Are y'all gonna do this all show? This is what's happening. Okay.
Have you met me or Keith even one time?
That's true. That's true.
Look, you let us have our thing, JR. Okay.
This could be the night that we throw down all these titles. Okay, I'm just saying there could be a sandstorm happening right now. Right now, I'm man-made. Okay. I'm man-made.
Now I'm gonna get JR fever. Just like I'll let you bring Janet or Mary into any discussion about anything, you let me and Keith do our puns, okay?
That train was never late. I was waiting. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Because please, the blueprint will be discussed more in this episode for sure.
But always find a way.
When y'all talk about more Zoe's production, I love the artists who he's working with. He gives them their sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is Devin Morrison's sound. Like, if you are a fan of Devin Morrison, it's his. So it sounds like his record. You know what I mean? And I love that. That's what makes you a great producer. I gotta take this off. That's what makes you a great producer. Because you can work with different artists and give them their sound. You don't have to give somebody else a sound that you work with somebody else. You can go on a record and they have their own sound, just like Devin Morrison had his own, and so did Carmen Rogers. Just saying.
I know what you're saying, JR. I know what you're saying, bro. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the lead-off single for FourFront.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the first song that I heard. Yeah. I was talking to JR about that and I couldn't remember. And I was like, but I remember that being the first song that I got into. That was the song that was being heavily promoted. So I remember, okay. So I remember correctly. I didn't know if, you know, your brain be recreating shit. But yeah, okay.
Right. But yeah, Smile is a great record. Great record.
Great record. Well, neither one of us. Now, like I said on a couple of episodes, for me, when I get an album, I'm gonna look at what the song titles are. Cause I kind of, you know what I mean? That's me. Like, I want to look at the song titles, and then once I listen to the album once, then while it's playing, I'm starting to look through the liner notes. That's just me. I've been like that since Tony, Sons of Soul. So I've been that way. So when I got this, I was just looking at it, and the first thing I said, I know Zoe did not cover neither one of us. That was my first thing. Like, did he cover neither one of us? And my first thing was like, is Carmen doing it? That's what I thought. I was like, is Carmen doing it? And then when I saw it was Madison and Fonte on it, I was like, ooh, how this gonna go? Like, you know what I'm saying? But baby, when I heard this right here shows that Zoe's a hip hop head to me. Because when that beat comes in, I was just like, can y'all hear Dilla's influence on this?
I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. But I can see it now that you said that.
I really see a joint like this on like a maybe a Voodoo, maybe. Maybe a Mama, maybe the beat. But I feel like Erica and D'Angelo could have flipped it the way they wanted to.
Right.
That's what I got from this. Y'all go ahead.
Well, this is one of those joints, where the drums, like you said, it's definitely harder. It's probably one of the few songs on the album where the drums are really hard and gives you that feel. But then you hear Madison come in and then Fonte, how they just blend together. And again, his pen, and I see that she also co-wrote it too. Just how they ride this joint is just crazy. Now, I love when Fonte's verse comes on because he's like saying, I still love you as sure as the Idlewild. Now I'm, probably telling myself here, I only knew of Idlewild because of Outkast, the movie and the soundtrack. I didn't know what Idlewild was, but I just heard him sing it so eloquently. He's like, I still love you, sure as Idlewild. I want to be like, I feel you, bro, but I don't know exactly what you mean. I'm sorry.
That's real.
But Fonte is dope like that as a writer because he'll just throw in stuff and I'm just like, wait a minute, what? And if Fonte sees this, I love you, Fonte. Like, honestly, as an artist, he is one that inspires me because he's dope equally to me as an MC and as a singer. So I agree. I just respect his artistry. But yeah, when he said Idlewild, I was like, okay. Sure as Idlewild. All right, hey, neither one of us.
Neither one of us. And
then the little pre-bridge or whatever. Oh. I can get, I'm in need of love. And then how he goes, yeah. He throws in the ad-libs. I'm like, that's Fonte. He did a Fonteism on that one.
Yo, and Madison's blend on that bridge to me. Like I was like, can we get more of this? You know what I'm saying? Like it sounded so good. It was like reminiscent of like freaking Roberta and Donnie doing "You're on My Heaven," like that. The blend, like, and I was just, oh my god, like why do they blend so good? And I kept going back to that part because I was like, they sounded so good together, yo. I was just like,
yeah. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, and I think it was because of Zoe that I got introduced to Madison. Like, I'm sure she had been out, however long prior to what she did on FourFront, but I think that was the first time I really got to hear her and, become more of a fan of her. And then to find out that she's Bobby McFerrin's daughter, I'm like, oh wow, okay, there it is. You know what I'm saying? But like, she's in her own lane, obviously, and what she did on FourFront was just super, super dope.
Oh
super.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
that,
man. Yeah. Yes. Oh man, I'm telling you, to me, he gives me a Quincy Jones vibe as far as how he is as a producer. And I feel like Phonte, because they work together quite often, could be Rod Temperton as a songwriter.
You better, Keith.
I'm just saying.
You better.
And for you to say that is a hell of a fucking compliment, yo. Like, that is.
I mean, because
that's like the hottest of the tears.
And
I agree. And I agree with you.
I just feel like as a songwriter, Phonte, he's underrated, but he should get recognized more for how he is as a songwriter. Just like we mentioned earlier about the stuff he's done with Foreign Exchange and obviously his solo work and Little Brother. But like when him and Zoe get together, it seems like that's the vibe that I would get, because you think of albums like Off the Wall and Thriller, like Quincy Jones handled the production side, Rod Temperton helped co-write, a lot of the material on that album.
Right.
And I feel like while Phonte didn't perform on every song on FourFront, he had a lot to do with some of the writing. And, I'm sure we'll get more into that later, but that's the
vocal arranging and the vocal arranging and all that. I just see like Phonte as an artist is just out of here, yo. Like he's out of here as an artist, a complete artist. Like he can spit, he can produce, he can vocal arrange, he can do all that. But that joint you just said that Phonte is Rod Temperton and Zoe is Quincy, that, damn, you killed it with that, yo.
And, I just want to give them their flowers too, man. And so rest in peace to Rod Temperton too. And like Rod was an artist too, because he was a part of Heatwave. So it just seems like there's a lot of parallels. I'm trying not to do a comparison, but you know what I'm saying? Because they're obviously in their own lane, but that's the feel that I get when I listen to them collaborate together.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's like just like, showing the parallels of somebody. You're not comparing, you're showing ways that they are both great in the same way. And that's different than comparing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
And this next joint, I mean, I love how Zoe has, let's see, up to this point, this might have been, I want to say like the fourth one of the like 4 such and such series. Yeah, this one,
This one is a little emotional for me because this he dedicates to his mom, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's like Deborah Barnes is on it, but she's not in the front to me.
Right.
Music is in front. And I think Zoe wanted more of the feeling of the record rather than having the words.
Yeah.
And me, I always, when I listen to this song, it gets me a little emotional anyway, because it takes me back to when I was a kid and I was dancing on my mom's shoes and we would be dancing to music together. And it was our way of bonding to me. And I miss that sometimes. Like, I really miss that sometimes. Like, I look and like I was listening to the album a couple of days ago, and I was in here and I just started like tearing. But it was happy tears though, because it was like the moments with my mom I miss. Because it was like, that was our bonding time as a kid. Y'all know she was a reason why I got into music. And it's that feeling of her and I'm holding her hand and she's holding me while I'm stepping on her shoes. But it's just a moment. And I think I get into that feeling and it's very kind of emotional for me. So, oh God, I'm getting choked up talking about it. Yeah, it's just.
Hey y'all. I don't think anyone ever know. Yo, if you want to be somebody love their mama, that thing right there. Oh, and it's like the sweetest thing ever. Because of the way. Oh, yeah, I was trying to make you laugh.
But see, that's the beauty about this show. You know what I mean? Like,
oh God, I do not want my mom to see this.
This right here. No, and I see that too. And like, I just know from like seeing you post things about you and your mom, you know what I'm saying? Because, wow. Whew. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, this is good. This is good because it just goes to show like how just music affects you and how it touches you. You know what I'm saying? Because like all the songs leading up to this one, like just throughout the whole album, like the way Zoe just put everything together along with, you know, Fontaine and everybody, is like each song you just kind of just zone out.
Yeah.
No matter what it may be, whether it's like a song that gets you, you know what I'm saying, hyped up, ready to dance, or just want to be with your, you know, lady or your partner, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, just reflecting. But is like you said, this song right here is still a song where, yeah, it may come across more as like an interlude, but the music is what speaks for itself.
Yes.
And then I believe it's, if I'm not mistaken, forgive me, Zoe, I believe it's his daughter that talks at the end.
Yes. Yep.
And that right there is like, that good God. You know what I'm saying?
That's what does it. That's exactly what does it. It's his daughter talking at the end. You know what I mean? Because it makes me think of when I was a kid. And that's like me talking to my mom. And I just love the fact that Zoe has, like you said, his first you know, album he did for Leslie, which is his mom. And then he did for Tina. Then he did for Pops. Like, he makes sure that he really, you know, puts his family into his music. And I think that's so dope. And that's one reason why I think I connect with Zoe, because he's so family oriented. And he puts it in his music. And like Elise just said, if you don't know me, I love my mama. You know what I'm saying? So I get a chance to talk about her, or y'all know my grandma, the shady one. Hey, grandma. Hey, girl, the one that passed. It's like anytime I can talk about them, I speak on them. And Zoe does that on his projects. You know what I'm saying? And the way he do it, it don't seem like it's, you know, forced in there. And it's just a great song. So yeah, I told this I was gonna get a on this, but yeah.
And you know, not to you know, dampen the mood, but you just hit home for me what you were saying about your mom, because I know last year my mom made the transition.
Oh wow.
And so you know, she is one of the main people that I feel is responsible for the love of music that I have. And just growing up listening to all these different records and artists and just appreciating them, you know, as I get older. And so when I hear artists or producers like Zoe and how they channel certain things that I may have grown up listening to and what they're inspired by as well, it's like, man. And then for him to do songs like this, man, it's just, yeah. You know, like Chris Tucker said in Friday, oh, he gonna cry in the car. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cry in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'll just save that for later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. That's the peace, moms. But yeah, no, that's a beautiful intermission, I'd say.
Yeah.
On the album. even though it's not called that per se, but I feel like it's an intermission.
Yes. Yeah. So,
but the next joint.
We sorry.
Look, no, man.
You know, I do not allow people to apologize for feeling their emotions and telling the truth. You don't apologize for that. So whatever.
Yes.
I do not accept your apology. How about that?
I know you.
I don't accept it. It's fugazi. I don't want it.
That's one thing I love about this show, man, is that yeah, y'all are just dope, man. And I just love that y'all can just be yourselves and just be like this. And so, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. And so,
bet you wonder.
Look, see, I didn't write notes down like I should have, but I was trying to think, okay, in my head, how would I describe this song? And what I came up with, how can I describe it? Melancholy bossa nova.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the content of what she's talking about in the song is what makes it melancholy. It's not like totally sad, if that makes sense, but it's like she's wondering, okay, like, is it gonna be you and me, or is it gonna be you and somebody else? Because I want it to be us, but it seems like, you know, you may have your own thing over here, and you know, and just tell me it was a mistake. Is what I feel like she's saying to, you know, to him. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the sound is just like so bossa nova, and I love that Madison is on this joint because I think she fits perfectly for it. But I could also hear Nora Jones and also Gene Jolly.
Oh yeah, this had Gene Jolly written all over it too.
Oh,
but I had a confession. The first time I heard the album, I didn't really like the song. Like, it was not boring. It just didn't do nothing for me. But as I kept going back to the album, then it ended up being one of my favorites on the album. So, which is why, you know, and you have to live with stuff but on first listen, I guess I kind of didn't get it, and it kind of was a little different sonically than the rest of the album. Like you said, it was given like a bossa nova. It was giving very Girl from Ipanema, like kind of, you know, in a cafe. It was giving me that, and I didn't know if I was ready. The first time I heard it, my ear wasn't ready for that.
Okay.
To hear that in this body of work. But now that I go back, it fits in perfect, because if you listen through, when you get to the last like 20, 30 seconds of it, it gives you a reference of a song that's going to come up, and it linking it with that, which is, it links it to my favorite song on the album, which we haven't gotten to yet, at the very end of it. And then I was like, light bulb. Oh, okay. I get it. I fucking get it. And now it's one of my favorites because it connects me to my favorite song. So, yeah.
Speaking of connecting, I think that it, you know, like I always say, an artist wants to give you something familiar or what we knew from the album before then. And I think for that, he gave us If I Could Tell You No with Jesse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That. It was like, okay, y'all remember I did this. I love when the artists do that, especially when they do it right to me. And it's like, all right, you're familiar with, I gave you a little bit of that bossa nova vibe last album, so I'm going to give it to you on this, but I'm going to take it somewhere else, because Madison, like at least I ain't even going to lie, when I first heard this joint too, it threw me off. It completely threw me off, because mind you, I'm coming out of For Moms and then going into this, and I was just like, huh? But then it kept, like, after maybe about 10 seconds, no, I say about 20 seconds, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm liking this. And I was like, and you know me, I'm always thinking about what connects me to this song? How did I hear this song? What flavor is it giving me? And I was like, oh, Zoe's giving me If I Could Tell You No. I was like, I like it. I was like, I like
it. And another reason it originally threw me off is because Madison is singing in a different way, and it's a whole different song for Neither One of Us. And then this comes, you know, and maybe that's where For Moms came in to break it up. And then it's like, okay, we're going on to something different. And so I wasn't ready because I was like, well, that ain't how she was singing on Neither One of Us.
Right.
But that's because she wasn't supposed to be singing, because the subject matter is different, and you know, obviously the music's different. So she's giving you a different styling on her vocal on that. And so now that's the thing I appreciated. But at first it was like, and that's why you have to run albums back. You can't always go off your first listen. Sometimes some things you can't even go off your first 5. You know, sometimes you gotta put it up, give it a little time, come back to it, and you like, fuck, I see it, it's clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens. Well, I hear it rather, not see it, but like,
right.
And that happens with me, and it more so, you know, with some of my favorite artists, and Zoe is one of my favorite artists. So, you know, the song didn't get me the first time, but baby, it got me now.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Like that part when she does Tell Me It Was All a Mistake, and she goes,
yeah. I was gonna say the writing on that song.
Yeah.
That's also what got me on the revisit of like really listening to the lyrics, and I was just like, oh, this is some shit right here. You know?
Yeah.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, I think both her and Fonte co-wrote on this.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's doing all the vocals. And then even like you were just saying, Elise, about the last 20 or 30 seconds, how it just kind of like you hear the congas and all that stuff. And so shout out to all the musicians too that are on that joint too.
It's so blissful.
It is. Yes. Great word. Great word.
Yeah. That's JR's new word.
That's my new word.
Maybe.
Yes.
That's his new word. He has like a word that he'll grab onto for like 3-4 months, and he won't let it. Yeah, he kill it. So if he find another word, then he don't say it no more.
Yeah, I cut it. Because there's so if y'all go back to our like beginning of Catch That, there's some words that I use and I do not use them anymore. So when I finally used bliss in the episode, Elise was like, oh, okay.
Hey, JR, at least it's not fulfilling this first finale.
I hate you, and this is over.
Thank you. God bless you. Good night. No.
What was it when we talked to Nicolay? At least it's not track 4.
Yeah. Hello. And you still ain't gonna say it. So
dead off that. I was done. I was cracking up.
That was good. You're good, Keith. That was good.
Oh man, I was done. Oh gosh.
Our next song, baby. We got Eric Roberson.
Yes. Look.
And
so before y'all start talking about that, I want that's the beginning of side B. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and Love Up is?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's about to bring you to this half of the album is my favorite half of the album.
I totally agree.
And we talk about 3 song runs. Nah, baby, you getting a 4. You getting a 4-pack.
Baby.
Yes.
Because I couldn't imagine those songs in a different order. And I can't imagine any of those songs without any of the others. They all need to exist. And they all need to exist together on side B. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, but I just want to talk about this side of the whole.
Oh, listen. I'm saying, if you listen to this album, these last songs, you gotta like, there's no miss at all. Like she said, this 4-track run is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn. Then at the end, it's over. That's it. Damn.
Man, look. No, I'm let y'all say y'all think first, because then I'm
now with Love Up, that song is so damn Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so did you make that song in Minnesota?
Right. Right.
Yes.
Did you just hear Lewis wave at you and Morris Day like, hey,
girl? I said the same thing. I was like, I got freaking Jimmy and Terry vibes over this record. Like, I felt like I got like Didn't Mean to Turn You On.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's what I got from it. I was like, now Zoe now. I was like, wait a minute.
But you know, we know how much Zoe revered Jimmy Terry. I'm sure he purposely was like, I want you to know that this is the influence of that, because it's just giving me just electro boogie, like, yeah. Like, I can imagine in my head how somebody in the 80s would be dancing to that song as I hear it.
Yeah,
but I so many like producer influence in this. This is why I said it made Zoe so dope. Because I said I got Jimmy and Terry on here, but I got Silk, Do It to the Music vibes on this. I had gotten Kashapp, obviously, Help Yourself to My Love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I was like, yo, all these influences. That's why I said
it was very Prince.
This song is so 80s, yo. Like, just
hear,
like, hands down. Like, it again, that's why I was like, Zoe was sitting here like, look, motherfuckers, stop asking.
Like, the drum programming, that sounds very, 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 very Prince.
Right? No, for sure.
And then Eric and Carmen, you know what I'm saying? They gave me Back Together Again vibes, back again to Roberta and Donnie. You know, like, it just, this song had so many, you could take so many influences out of this record. And that makes Zoe so dope, yo. This song right here, I was like, I took that, I got that, I love doing that on a song where I can hear so many influences in there. So yeah, this is a favorite of mine for sure. And then Carmen singing on it. And then Eric Roberson is my guy. So the have been ever, man.
So I know I keep mentioning Quincy. I can't help it, but it seems like with this album, I feel like this. If this was Zoe's version of Quincy's The Dude, I feel like this song, vocally, I hear a few different people. I would hear James Ingram and Patty Austin.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. But I also could hear, it's going to sound crazy, Ashford and Simpson.
Okay.
And also, in between probably The Night I Fell in Love to Any Love, Luther and Cheryl Lynn.
I'm done with you tonight, Keith.
and
I can see it.
Howard Hewitt and Jody Watley. With a sprinkle of Midnight Star when Fonte comes in talking about, I just want to love for you.
That's what I meant to bring up. Yeah, given.
Because it gives me that freakazoid melody. Yeah.
You see how many people that we done said with this song done brought out so many influence. That's why this song is so freaking dope, man.
Now, I ain't mentioned Freddie Jackson yet on any of them, just so we are clear. Because, you know, I'm always mentioning Freddie. I can't mention Freddie on this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, JR gonna give you Jared Mary. Keith gonna give you Freddie. And I always gotta bring Maxwell D'Angelo or Erica into shit.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Whenever, wherever, whatever.
that song, Love Up. But my main takeaway from that song is it's fun. It is a fun song. Like it makes you smile and make you move a
Eric
little
Roberson
bit, you
is
know.
so smooth on this joint though. And Carmen too. I mean, they just killed that. But I love when Eric says, was it oh, everything you show me is never more than I could give. You're so amazing, hold me, lady, and I'll be there. I was like, come on, Eric. And then I just want to know you. Oh, yeah. Love up, damn it. Love up. Love up, damn it. Yeah, man. Whew. Yeah.
Man. Like yes, it's so fun. This record is fun. It's like you want to dance to it. You want to sing along to it. It's just it's a feel-good record.
Feel-good record, yo. You can two-step sitting up or standing up.
Right.
Sitting down or standing up, excuse me. But yeah, you can two-step either way.
Yes.
It's another skate joint too, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people be showing off like just like gliding and everything. I'll be like, y'all motherfuckers, y'all better just go ahead and just skate while I'm over here chilling on the side knowing I can't skate worth a damn. Y'all over here just gliding and shit. And I'm just, I was for you. And they all like, you know, I'm just saying like moving in slow motion and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You know what else about this song?
What?
This song is like I see somebody with a big old Jerry curl. Like
yes,
it's Jerry curl funk. That's what this song is.
Yeah,
I break out the early Wilkerson wigs.
It's Zoe and Fonte with their Jerry curls.
I break out my curly Wilkerson wig in a heartbeat on that joint. Just I just wanna spray the activator. Soul glow up in this mug. Well, I try to tell you, it went from wondering if this is a mistake to we gonna love up, damn it. We need to change this vibe real quick here. And can I mention something else too?
Nah.
Wait. It's got a bridge. It's got a bridge.
And we talked about that with Zoe. When people be like, oh, we don't get bridges no more. Zoe was like, shit, we do.
He got it on this one.
This song is just so dope, yo.
Yes.
Because one thing this whole camp gonna do, they gonna give you a bridge and everything. In fact, I mentioned this to Jared the other day. It's a lot of songs within the collective that don't have no verses. It's just the bridge and the chorus, and then maybe another bridge, and then the pre-chorus and the chorus, and that's the song. No verses. I started listening to a bunch of stuff, and I was like, did that song not have no verse?
Yeah.
Look, or did they just vocalize a whole song? Just add in a whole song? Yeah. And I love it. Okay.
Before I forget, may I say, Zoe, he was in his Pete Rock vibe. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you know them little like short interludes in between songs or at the end of almost every song, how he did the little like, change up. He Pete rocked that in the form of Zoe. He did. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Teasing us.
That boy got good sense and don't.
Lord. There's a God somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
And then we love up. It did crash. I love so toxic ass song. I love it. It's
crash. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Miss Cy Smith.
Hey,
Cy. She said, feeling kind of reckless.
Right. Look.
And I relate and I respect it.
Look, she's a beast too with the pen, and she's a bad vocalist too. It seems like Cy Smith and Carmen to me are Zoe's secret weapons, even though we know who they are, but like pretty much from Sunstorm on, if it ain't Cy Smith, it's Carmen.
It's Carmen.
That's starting the joints. You know what I'm saying? And it makes perfect sense. This song, oh man, this one gives me a Jimmy and Terry feel production-wise.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this could have been a song that maybe would have been on Janet's Control. Okay. Like right after When I Think of You.
I can see that.
Before Let's Wait a While, like kind of somewhere in between.
I mean, it could have took out He Don't Know I'm Alive for this. I'm here for it. Right. I love you, Jimmy and Terry, but no.
I love that song.
I don't mind that song, personally.
I didn't know you didn't like that song. I don't like that song.
I mean, even though it got the horns in it.
I think that's, I mean, it's, no, I like this song.
And with Crash, I feel like I can hear Janet in that era, and
that's God.
Also Karen White.
Well, child, she could say any damn thing.
Anything.
In any style.
Like, first album, Karen White. Over a Jimmy and Terry production.
I was just adding on. I was just saying I could hear her singing anything, but no, I agree. For sure.
And even the tempo almost reminds me of Hot Thing by Prince.
I was gonna say, speaking of Prince, I was gonna go there. The beginning of it, just the start of it reminds me of the Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
Yeah,
I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Dorothy Parker. I was like, come on, Zoe. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, come on. And then have Cy on there, like you said. We know she loves her some Janet. So that hurt. Janet is in here. Like you said, I can hear this on the Control doing that era. You know what I mean? That flavor, because again, this album is so 80s, but it's not New Jack 80s. You know what I'm saying? Even though Control had New Jack elements to it, it wasn't New Jack like that. But it had the elements there, but it was like, I can see Janet doing a record like this. And the way Cy was singing and vocally attacking it like that, I was like, yeah, I can see Janet all over this. And then she kicked her little Tina Marie Square Biz rap.
Yeah, she was spitting.
I was like, come on, Cy.
What'd she say? I'm one sip away from being drunk or something like that.
Oh,
I can't remember the whole verse, but yeah. I'm bad with remembering lyrics sometimes. So, and it's got another bridge in it too.
Yep.
Back-to-back bridges on songs, people. It does happen still. Even though it came out in 2019, there's still bridges on them.
Yeah, and I'm a sip away from being drunk.
Oh, That's it. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, like
she killed that joint. Shout out Cy Smith.
Is it the ending of this is Smile, isn't it?
What?
Like the ending of this, you know how Zoe goes into, isn't that Smile?
No, I'm not sure what it's called, but it has that feel to it, but I don't believe it's the same as Smile.
Oh, well, then I crashed. Then never mind.
Crashed.
I thought it was me. I was like, is that Smile? Like, is the Zoe going there?
Yeah, but I know where he is going though.
Because the end of a lot of the songs connect to other songs on the album.
Mm-hmm. It could
like look like a little like 10, not even 10 second, like 5 second, like you get. Well, I have to wait till we get to the song I want to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, we like Keith said, we know where we're going.
Man,
wet.
Sexy lady.
Go ahead, go ahead, Keith. Go ahead, Keith. Because I got a text about this last night. So go ahead.
Yes, you did.
Go ahead.
Bruno Mars was saying on 24K Magic, ooh, shit. And on top of that, let me see, let me make sure I see it by here. Look, that is a sexy ass jam.
Yes, it is.
You don't need no peanut butter to know that is a sexy ass jam. Okay? From the beginning to the end. Yes, with a T at the end of it. That is a woo-wee. Look.
Yeah, that's a cold ass song, yo.
That mother sucker.
That song is a stone cold jam. Stone cold.
Damn.
And Zoe has been on the dope run for slow jams because you got Make Love to Me off Sunstorm.
Yeah.
You got Body Rock. And then, even though those two songs ended Sunstorm and Man Made, Sweat didn't necessarily end FourFront. No. But damn it, I'm just glad it's on the album. And man, look, Stokely, man, whoo, just the beginning, like how you hear him in the background, it's got like an eerie echo. Yes, to it. It's like, hey, like he hit them Stoke notes.
That's what Stokely was doing on that. He was showing his ass. Like,
yes, he did.
Just the beginning of that, I was like, Stokely, you ain't had to do that. You ain't had to do it like that, dog. Like,
no, but it fits so good. And then, sexy lady, woo, can I take you intoxicated? Is I can make you now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Zoe, or anybody that watches this. I can't remember where I heard it from, but I thought I heard somewhere, maybe it was on Questlove Supreme, I'm not sure, that Sweat originally was meant to be for I'll Be Sure.
Really?
I could be wrong. And again, I don't want to, misinterpret anything, but I thought I heard, I want to say on the podcast that it was meant to be originally for I'll Be Sure, but Stokely came through and laced it. And I'm glad he did, because to me, it gives off a mint condition type of record. Like, not so much You Send Me Swinging, but in that vein to me. But the way Stokely came off on that joint, it's like he was perfect for it. But there's like that little bridge in the song where I think if it was meant to be for I'll Be Sure, I could hear Al B singing on that part, or him saying, like Kyle West break it down, or Zoe break it down, or whomever, you know what I'm saying? But whoo, love that song. Shit. I'm sweating right now just talking about it. That damn it. Yeah.
I knew that. That's what I was like. That's why I was like, let Keith go off. Let me tell you something. And then what made it so funny too, Zoe posted it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. On this,
right.
yes. On this day we're doing this interview, Zoe posted this song up.
And that's why Keith hit me with like, this episode is meant to be.
I was like, the stars are aligned or something, because he was like, I can't remember exactly what it said. Something like, got it in on this one with a living legend or something like that. And it had, the link to Sweat on it. And I was like, look, that yes.
What I love best about the song is the end of him just doing his little ad libs. Just all through at the the last 30 seconds of the song. That's my favorite part, because he's just doing his Stokely thing that he does, and it's just
yeah. And I like that it's a tasty song. It's sexy because it is tasty to where it's not like over the top with the content, but he's basically saying, I wish that you come over and can I take you? I can make you sweat. He's letting you know he can make you sweat. Just give him a chance. He can make you sweat, okay? Tonight. Right? Damn. Like, how much more does he need to tell you? You know what I'm saying? He's giving you the Stoke notes. He's giving you the Stoke notes all over the jam. Okay? And if I'm not mistaken, Fonte wrote it.
Yes.
I didn't see Stokely's name on it as far as writing.
He didn't.
Stokely did nothing.
I'm saying, though, like, for Fonte to write that and for Stokely to perform that the way he did, I'm like, that just lets me know, okay, like, that's it.
This is a glass cognac with
sexy ass jam.
This is a glass of cognac with smoking a cigar. Like, that is the grown and sexy that this is. Like
yes, for real.
It came on, I was just like, shit. And like saying, like, what Stokely vocally was doing on this shit was just like, I know Fonte had to be looking at it if they did it in the studio together, kind of be like, this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
he make it sound so damn easy. He's like, can I take you? Like, Stokely.
I wanted Fonte to get a 16 though. I wanted a 16.
I mean, yeah, that would have been dope.
The song was set up to put a rap on it.
It really was. Just like he did with Hold My Hand. I had told him that. I was like, we could have had a 16. Like, for real. Like, you could have got fat though. Like, for real. Like, but it was fine. It was fine the way it was. It would have took it somewhere else if Fonte would have did a 16 on it. But for what this song, Elise said, it's a jam, period.
If there would have been a visual for this, I could see this just being a sexy, just video. Oh, yeah. But like you said, I don't drink, so for me, it'd be a glass of Martinelli's apple cider. You know what I'm saying? Just letting it fill.
My grandma used to love that. She loved that apple cider. Got it every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I take the damn bottle.
But we put liquor in ours. She drank it now.
Like on Martin, when he was Sinead was talking to kids, he's like, dang kid, that ain't how you drink a 40. Take it to the head. That's what I would do with a bottle of Martinelli sparkling cider, listening to Sweat. Damn it.
Well, I mean, it's a good way to replenish your fluids after you're doing all that sweating, I guess.
Come on now.
Get your electrolytes or whatever, vitamins or something. I don't know.
Yes, indeed. There's a God somewhere.
Amen. Amen.
Girls, you can go now. Thank you very much.
Y'all is nasty. Y'all are nasty.
Oh,
I'll be chilling.
Oh,
I didn't come appreciate it today.
oh, that was so cute.
Contestants hot.
So cute, darling. You're so amazing and cute, darling. So we gonna step this up to the front here.
Yes, indeed.
So did y'all notice something?
Huh?
Did y'all notice something? That I haven't said a song was my favorite yet?
No.
No, you
Right?
haven't.
So what does that mean?
We about to hear it.
Is your favorite?
Yes.
That's right.
Step Up
Oh,
Front.
Step Up Front is your favorite.
Wow.
Oh my God, you slow. Like I just said.
You know what? I'm just repeating what you did. And I'm just like, because I want you to tell me why it is your favorite.
All right. It is my favorite for a couple reasons. One, it makes me happy. It's a very happy song. It's, of course, what's going on with the percussion, like crazy. But, so like I told y'all at the top of the album that I played music in the barn. And a lot of it ends up being Zoe music. Step Up Front is the song that people come up and ask me, what is that? Or that's the one I see people moving their shoulders to. Or they're like, that's cool. That's a cool song. Or can I have the link to your playlist? That's the song that gets people.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Step up front and step to the side.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that that's all that she says, basically.
Yeah. And the fact that this is an album that has a few of my favorite artists on it, but the songs that, if someone would have guessed what song, they'd be like, oh, it got to be the Stokely joint. Or they'd be like, oh, it got to be Cy Smith, Sheila Hussai.
Yeah.
Or I bet it, or they'd be like, oh, probably the Eric Roberson joint. You know what I'm saying? That's what people would think would be my favorites. But no, it's Step Up Front, and it gives me, I don't know, just the way Zoe does upbeat songs, and then Step Up Front gives me like Flight of the Blackbird, and with a dash of We On the Move, with another dash of the damn whole Extractions. Like it's just giving me all of that in one song, and so it's definitely my happy song. Like
right.
Like you can't help but move and do old fake ass terrible salsa or something with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the feel of it. It's that song is so joyful.
You know what I think is dope too? Oh, sorry, JR, my bad.
Oh, I was just agreeing with Elise. Go ahead.
No, I agree too. I was gonna say what's dope about this also is that I believe it's a precursor to what we would get with the Abstractions, because Zoe and Tall Black Guy collaborate together producing this joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it goes from that to what we would get in Abstractions. And then, yeah.
For me, I like the song, but now I done been to those shows and I've seen them do it live. When they did it, when we went to the first show, when me and Elise went to their first show, and they did it, and I was just sitting there like, and it never goes off. That's one thing she does. She goes off on this record. Like, and I was just like, oh my God, because don't get me wrong, I always paid attention to the song. Like, I always was like, yo, I like it. But to see them do it live was just like, it hits you somewhere. And like Elise said, it makes you happy. It makes you want to just move. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw them do it, I just remember us at the table and I was just doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just, yeah. And you know Deborah Vaughn goes off. Like, if you see her on stage, she's in another world, like, for real, and just giving it all. But when Nate started playing this, it was just like, I'm looking at her and I'm just like, yo, she's eating this up. But it just makes you good. And I think now, when I listen to the album now, since hearing it live, to me, this was great to end the album off. Because you started it and we gonna end it jamming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about how you came in. Like that I thought it was just, and then to have a little Afro Caribbean vibe to it.
Right.
Such
but then if you listen, if I'm not mistaken, the end of Bet You Wonder, that little musical little thing at the end, it's the melody to Step Up Front. Like it ties into that. So I heard that and that made me like the song even more because it's kind of a little slowed down teaser of what you get on side B.
Wow.
Damn, just catch that.
So, yeah, I didn't catch that either. So
I really did.
And there's a lot of songs that do that where you hear a little bit, and it's not an exact, but you hear a little similar, like similar chord or similar like progression, and it shows back up on the end of the album.
Yeah.
So it ties everything together.
Oh yeah.
It's a great way to close the album.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna come in, with an up tempo, why not end it with one?
Yeah.
Like, it's the two pieces of bread in it.
Yeah. And I mean,
we did that at the same time.
It seemed like with every other album, starting with Sunstorm, he would either do, like you had mentioned earlier, he would either start off with a more mellow joint, or it'll be up tempo, because it was like Greater Than the Sun. Then I think it was The Train. Like the first song on his album starting with Sunstorm, like how Greater Than the Sun started Sunstorm, that was more mellow.
Right.
Where Man Made was like, I think it was The Train. That was more up tempo. And then
Skybreak had Lake Erie.
Thank you. Yeah, Skybreak had Lake Erie, which was more mellow, and then this one with On the 4. So yeah, he changed it up too. I like that.
You see how he do it with Abstractions. He did with Talking to Myself.
Right.
Hey, we gonna keep this group going. You know,
keep it going. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
It is.
But yeah, man.
This album is just dope to me. Because I know Abstractions I love to death too, but it's just something when I heard, this album, FourFront, it was just something that it hit me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, in 2019, it was one of my favorite albums I was listening to. And it was just like, I remember when I first heard it, I was in this apartment. And I was in this apartment and I went and I was like, yo, I'm going to come in from work and I'm going to play this album. And I played it and I was just like, damn, Zoe done did it again. He don't got no bad albums at all. At all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And it's worth the wait too in between albums with Zoe, because he doesn't come out with albums year after year often. You know what I mean? And so you're gonna get quality when a new Zoe album comes out, or if there's something he's involved in, it's gonna be with quality, because he's gonna put his stamp on it and make sure that it sounds right. And so just glad to be able to listen to his albums and just give him his flowers, man. Shout out to Zoe, man. What up, Zoe?
What up, Zoe? And one thing Zoe is going to do is he is going to extort he's going to tour extensively on each project, so you can get a chance to see him live and maybe even see him 2 or 3 times, which is what ends up happening with me. I'm able to catch a couple stops on the tours and really get to experience it up close and personal. And that's just very, whether he has Carmen with him or, Deborah Bond or, or whoever happens to, be with him on those tours. And it's just a dope experience. And it's dope to hear these songs. You go to a tour as Deborah, but she's going to sing songs that aren't her songs from the projects. And it's dope to hear different singer interpreting them as well. I like that aspect too. You get your own personal little version, so I like that.
Yeah. Can I do a quick honorable mention of a song that Zoe co-produced? And that's Listen to the Rain from Love and Flying Colors. That joint is a beautiful record.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now we have come to my favorite part of the show.
Oh, snap, the word association time?
Did you think we was gonna?
I don't think we got to it last time.
I don't know. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
I'm glad we're doing it now.
All right. So today's word song association, I'm gonna give you 5 different Zoe albums.
Okay.
And you are going to give me just tell me the first song that pops up into your head, and then we'll talk about those songs.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Just visiting too.
Nice Over Egypt.
Yes, sir.
Good one. Yes, indeedy. Yes.
That's what I probably would have said as a first thought. That perfection.
Whew. Yeah. No, he did that.
And
he felt that.
And Carlita gave that's a flawless vocal that she gave us on that.
Flawless. That's not an easy vocal.
Yeah. Flawless victory. In Mortal Kombat, flawless victory. That was that.
Victory. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Yes.
She did that.
Yeah.
All right.
With the extra T. Yes.
Sunstorm.
Flight of the Blackbird.
Good choice.
Another perfect moment. Perfection.
Yeah. Because I love the Blackbirds, and it gives me that vibe because I believe that was a tribute to the Mizell brothers. And also the Blackbirds too, but it just gives me that vibe. Oh,
That's when I say they might be sick of hearing me play that one at the bar because they get that because it goes on different kind of playlists. So it goes on the upbeat one, it goes on my everyday jams one, and it's on my I have a jazz one that I do that usually I play that on Sundays, and it's on all of those. So any given day you come in there, you liable to hear that because it fits in so many categories.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That song don't have a genre. That song, I mean, it's jazz, it's R&B, it's you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of things going on with it.
And also, This Could Be the Night. I'll mention that too.
Ooh. With Darian and Eric, yeah.
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 All right.
Can I go you? Oh, my bad.
That's another song I'm playing about. Any up-tempo Zoe and them songs? You walk in the bar, you're gonna hear it. Just
For sure.
They're so good. They're just universal. All right.
Oh,
Good.
Man-made.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with couple. We Are on the Move, the title track, Man Made, and Making Time.
Making Time is my favorite Zoe song of all time. And it really ain't even close on that. That's my motherfucking song. And I've told Zoe that, like, I'm sure he's like, I know. We've met.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not R&B at all, 10 being the most R&B ever, it's a 12. Like that song is the epitome of R&B. Like that, if you want to be like, but what really is R&B? Just play them that shit.
Right.
It covers a lot of bases.
So Man Made to me has a nice, I think, 4-song block. I can't remember the exact order, but I would say Making Time, Tell Me Something New, Man Made, and We Are on the Move are in that
that was correct. That's
block.
correct.
But We Are on the Move, man. That's funky.
But my happy song on Man Made is Count to 5.
Yes.
I ain't never heard that song. It was able to frown or be mad. Like for that 4 or 5 minutes, like smile. Might go back to crying as soon as I cut off, but while it's on.
It did the video too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't help but to smile. Like,
right.
Gwen Bunn, the way she sings and her voice, like you listen to her projects, which I love, like it's just she's like a little happy fairy. Like
right.
No wand.
Then of course Fonte comes in with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
See, I love how Zoe said count to 5 on the floor. It's like, bruh, man, upstairs, 5th floor.
Yes.
Oh God. You gotta count to 5 and keep it cool.
Keep it cool. Yeah, baby. Well, the Mac and Game book, baby. I'm gonna be the new king. I'm gonna be so cold-blooded, baby. They gonna have to change the name of the game.
I need new friends.
Oh wait, as y'all say, I hate it here. Oh shoot. Oh,
God. All right. Skybreak.
Oh. Just What You Like. Lifelines.
Woo!
Come on.
And A Season. Whew. A Season. Yeah, that one to me is how can I put it? To me, it's an inspirational song without it necessarily being a gospel song.
Yes.
I feel like there's a message behind it that is just put together so well. And of course, Eric just kills it vocally and also Fonte on the background. But I just love what the message is implying on the season. And then Lifelines, that's how I got introduced to Dornick, was through that song. But it's like, it's just, got such a dope feel to it. And it's like the synths and the keyboards just got like an eerie feel to it. And then here comes Dornick with his voice. He's just smooth. It's like Michael-esque, but not exactly. I feel.
Oh yeah.
And my song on that album is I'm on my way to Chicago.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because that's got that
Acting from Chicago.
Stevie feel to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I love that song. I love
music
that.
of my mind era Stevie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did that.
Yes, indeed. Again, just that intro, that
Yeah, man, that opens. Oh man, that.
My gosh.
Yeah, the
I can't
drums on
forget.
that song are fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's
No.
stupid.
Them boys
Like
bad.
burn. STOOPID. Stupid.
Stupid. Mm-hmm. And I can't forget is it Starlight?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's got whispers to me written all over it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and we obviously know that he's a Whispers fan.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hello.
I mean, how can you not be?
I mean, if you're not, what are you really fucking doing? Like, what is your life about?
Lost and turned out.
Period.
Mm-hmm. And the beat goes on, they say.
I hate it here.
And the beat goes on, they say. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, say I hate it here, but I'm still loving you.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right. And last but fucking not least in the least, abstractions. Featuring my black guy. Well, and black guy, not featuring.
Like JR mentioned earlier, Hold My Hand, or Talking to Myself, Hold My Hand, and The Ride. That is my joint off that album. And I love The Way too with I believe it's Omar. Yeah, I like that joint too.
I love the way.
Yeah. I love the way.
Hi, Omar.
Yeah.
I think you're swell.
Oh God. Y'all should have seen. Y'all go back and see how she went crazy over Omar when we talked with Zoe about abstractions. She was like, "You got Omar."
Yes.
I fucked with Omar the long way, y'all. That's I've been a huge fan of his for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
my favorite song on Abstractions is Connected.
Oh my God.
Oh
my gosh, yes.
It's between Connected and Hold My Hand. Holding My Hand, Hold My Hand.
Oh, Connected is one of them joints that just make my shoulder shrug first, and then I started leading up to like moving all parts of my body that I didn't even know I had. You know what I'm saying? Just oh, yeah.
Connected forever.
Yeah.
I love you forever.
Can't remember the gentleman's name that's on it.
You know, Holding My Hand is my favorite. Hold My Hand is my favorite.
Yeah, mine is between Connected and Hold My Hand. Like they like I equally enjoy them.
And to see that you Hold My Hand live, man.
Yeah.
Talk about a room that was united. Like everybody in that show was like losing their fucking mind off of that song. Like that. Like it almost feel like it's a signature song now.
Yeah.
One of their signature, one of those signature songs. If you don't consider that, then I want you to know that's a song that you're gonna have to sing for the rest of your natural black ass life.
You're gonna have to. Sorry.
Or your concert goers are gonna be a little salty.
Yes. That and to have all them on it, and Deborah on it too, and Fonte, and Darian, and it was just a moment. Like, that was a moment for me. Like, that was a favorite moment of mine of last year, and that was damn near at the end of last year. And that was a moment just for them to be on stage and do that record.
One time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Oh man.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for hanging out with us and sharing how you feel about this album. When we saw you picked it, it was just like, shit, nah.
Yes,
yes, yes.
It feels very dope to finally to talk, because Zoe comes on the show so much and we discuss with him and we respect him so much as an artist. So to finally get to discuss a whole project of his, we touch on and talk about songs, but to get to really talk about a whole thing is really dope to us, because that's our brother and we fucking love that dude. We love his music. And so we are glad that you get to share with us, because you're such a big part of this show too, Keith. So
yeah. Thank you guys so much. And again, I'm honored to be on here again and to talk about this dope album. And, Zoe has quickly become a favorite artist of mine too, and producer. So to be able to show respect and give him some love, for his craft and for his music, I'm very honored to be a part of it. And, I know you guys say, to bring more cousins and family members, so y'all could just like my man on Poetic Justice said, he said, call me Cousin P. Y'all can call me Cousin Keith. Cousin Keith. That's like Cousin Keith.
Cousin Keith. I love it.
And what Tupac saying there, we Black, we all family.
Yeah, that's right. While eating on potato chips.
You better.
So, but no, this has been great, y'all, and I love y'all, man, and appreciate y'all for just having this platform to be able to just nerd out and talk about, music that we appreciate and love. And, it's just great to see all the guests come on and just do just that. So I'm definitely honored to be a part of it.
Yes. And we're gonna let folks know how they can find you and all the wonderful musical things you do and comedy things you do. So make sure y'all check the show notes so you can see how you can see some more of this foolishness if you're into that. I mean, obviously you are if you're watching this shit. So if you're watching this wild shit.
Look, I'm claiming myself to be extra. I ain't talking about the chewing gum either. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm waiting for that point, Elise. I know it's coming. I can feel it in the bones.
So yeah.
I'm sweating, damn it. Waiting for it.
You sweat like Stokely now. But you need someone to hold your hand. One time.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be talking to myself. So,
well, this was quite a ride.
And that's what I call being abstract.
Yeah, but I love the way that we vibe and get along and cut up. No, it's really special to me. So
we stay connected.
Oh, but we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. What up, though?
What up, though?